Hi guys, this is Neal Smith, and my final project is called STEMtastic Flying Marshmallows. It's a STEM project that goes along with the end of my math class. It's what we're going to do instead of the review unit that normally comes at the end of the year. The objectives here are to tie in some math and some science. So we're going to touch on some of the data analysis, some of the geometry standards from 7th grade math, and we're also going to bring in some of the simple machines, mass and force standards from the 8th grade science curriculum. I used actually more than 3 tools. The main one is a Weebly website, which the whole thing is kind of based on, and I did that so that the students would have access to everything from home, and it also made it really easy. I'm not the only teacher that's going to be implementing the lesson, so this makes it easy for all the other teachers to have all of the materials all in one place, and we don't have to waste paper. Additionally, I used Quizlet, and the students, they're going to use Quizlet to learn some of the science vocabulary. So here on the research page, here's a link to a Quizlet page. I went ahead and set up a stack of flashcards in which the kids are going to just kind of match the term to the definition of that term. Additionally, I also use Google Docs, where the kids will fill in a Google form, and then they'll use that later on to create a Google document that they'll turn in. Use Edmodo because the kids are already on Edmodo, so all of the assignments that are embedded in the website are also going to be turned in on Edmodo as assignments there. In addition to that, to promote collaboration and communication among the students, within the class groups that they're already in, they're being placed into small groups for the group of 3 or 4 that's working together on the project. Besides those 2, I also found some pretty cool catapult simulators. They're really not Web 2.0 tools, but they are kind of fun. It's something that the kids, I thought, would like, get a kick out of. And I found an online chart tool. It's basically just the same chart functionality that you can find in Excel, but it's online, and it's a little bit easier to use, a little bit more user-friendly. Differentiation-wise, there's going to be 2 different groups of classes that are using this website. One is for the lower level classes, the on-level class, and they have a full, I'll call them a full class. I'll go for the overview for that. The full class, they're going to have 3 full weeks of class to get the work done. So they have a few more projects to do, but they're also somewhat lower level. There's a lot of lower level blooms and then a little bit of higher level blooms. On the other side of the coin is a half class. They're going to have half that time. They're going to have 7 class days to finish the project. And in the project, I guess I didn't mention this earlier, they're going to research, design, build, and test fire a catapult that shoots a marshmallow. Anyway, back to the assessment, the differentiation portion. The half classes, they'll have 7 days to do fewer projects, but most of their projects are going to be higher level. It's going to be more about judging and analysis and synthesis than about just learning terms. As far as assessment goes, each of the different parts has a different assessment involved. Any of the writing parts is going to be assessed via a rubric, and then the overall project is going to be assessed based on the scores from the rubrics and the scores from calculations of their data. I'm going to touch on this rubric really quickly because this is something I pulled out of a gifted endorsement class that I'm in as well, and that is, and that's not the rubric, sorry. There's the rubric. That is that the exceed standards portion of the rubric is blank. The students have to fill that in themselves if they want to get better than 80% on the assignment. So that was kind of cool. The challenges I faced so far, and I'm just getting into the implementation of this, was getting the other teachers to commit to doing the project. That was the biggest thing. And that made it hard for me to line up the technology for me and for them. Eventually I just had to say, look, you can do the project if you want to, but you're going to have to line up the technology on your own. Secondly, and this is something I ran into before, is that YouTube at our school is blocked for students. And so the YouTube videos, and that's another tool that I used, that are built into the project, they're blocked on student computers. So what I had to do was use File Wiggler to convert them to MP4s and then update the MP4s. So I think that a challenge is going to be internet access, because we only have so much bandwidth in the all watch videos. But we'll have to stagger the video watching. That's it. Thanks.